Welcome back to Music Theory Logic. Andrew here, and today I'm going to do a little bit of guitar editing, a little bit of guitar sound design, some effects chain making, and then eventually we're going to use all of what we make today to do it making it from scratch, the videos I put out on Fridays, where we'll basically make this into a full-on beat. Let's go ahead into the Logic session. So some of this should sound new if you follow the channel because I filmed YouTube Shorts and for these, recording first this pluck channel, or this arpeggio, I guess you could call it. This was the main idea. Then I played a lead on top of it. This was the second video. Now this is direct audio, so plug my guitar directly into the Apollo. We're gonna make it sound a lot cooler. And then finally, I have two different chord layers. This is like a power chord style. And then the next chord layer I have in here are the full major chords. Cool. So I will kind of like make, I'll do this a few different ways. So if we want to use Logic default plugins, start with an EQ. You're definitely going to want to cut off everything below like 130 hertz. Now solo just the channel you're working on. Now we can clean it up if we find some of the muddiness in the signal, so you can increase an EQ, and we're going to use this in conjunction with our ears to find unpleasant frequencies. Add a little bit of air. All right, from there, we can send it into an amplifier. We could choose one of Logic's default, cheap thrills. I like clean fat jazz, and then we're gonna add some delay to this. So we can use default tape delay. Cool. That'll work. And then finally, let's add some compression. Default Logic compressor. Let's use a Studio FET. It's kind of like an 1176. Turn off auto gain. Really quickly, thresholds where the signal starts to get compressed. So the lower it's everything that's above -40 hertz or -40 decibels, which is most of the sound. If I were to put it to -60 all the way down here, it would literally be everything. And as we compress it more, it goes down in volume. So that's why you always have to have makeup gain. And then ratio, this is the amount of compression from everything that's above our threshold point that we set. Our attack is how fast it happens. Release is when it goes away. You can really hear that trail of the delay. Cool. And then finally, we can add some fun effects. Like let's say I use this chorus. Now we could put the chorus a few different places in the chain, but at the very end, cool. Then let's go to our lead. I'll cover a different set of plugins for our lead. Let's go with Native Instruments, guitar rig. So we're going to do it very similar. I like to actually use just the Logic EQ to do kind of some of the similar stuff I did before. So I'll kind of just roll off some of the low frequencies. I'll duck it, let's say there. We'll come back and do that with our ears. So we could add a little bit of a dirty channel. I feel like clean is going to be better. Just listen to the solo. Cut out some of the noise. This delay is super cool. You can do a reverse of the delay. And then finally, let's get our chord channel. For now, I'll just duplicate this channel when we make it. So EQ, again, you don't really need any guitar notes that are below at least 100 hertz. That's just going to be like mud in the signal, so it's going to clean up the tone a lot. And then Logic has a lot of really cool built-in effects. We could use the pedal board, pretty crazy. Some distortion. They are the power chords. that one is actually going to sound pretty cool. Let's put it through an amp. Choose just something clean since it's already got that distortion. All right, now let's add an auto filter. Now I have flex on, so I can fix subtle notes like that one is quite off. Cool. So that can go a long way, especially because of the direction I envision taking this track. So I'm picturing some lush like 808s, some pretty fast sort of like drum machine sounding drums. I'm going to add some other layers from some of my outboard gear, perhaps some synthesizers. And again, I'm going to do the making it from scratch. This is kind of like loose. It has been making it from scratch. Every part of the track has been detailed on the YouTube channel. But again, it's going to be a little bit cooler than just what I can do in 30 minutes on my own. So before I finish it out, let's hear this all doubled up. And actually, let's create a channel for this last one. We can leave the amp, turn off the pedal board and the filter. And let's hear the two sections. With the distortion. Cool. I feel like this is going to be a pretty fun one. I've been listening to a lot of artists like Juice WRLD. I've been listening to a lot of Internet Money stuff. Shout out to some of my students like Gavin, who's really into their music and has showed me a lot of it. And it's really cool incorporating like live instruments and again, like hard hitting textures outside of that. So I'm going to try to do my best at that kind of sound. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. And if you found this helpful, you would help me out a ton by subscribing to the channel.